the process of fishing muskies was my second hunger stage. Like I had gotten to where I felt like I really kind of knew bass and I was doing good. We could catch bluegill, we could catch crappie. Caught some walleyes, although never have been just driven by walleyes. I like catching them. We catch them, but it's not my like driving force. The trout thing was a push, learning fly fishing and stuff. That was another stage, another spot where it was like, I fish, but I don't know how to do this, and I think that would be cool to learn. And I did learn how to cast. Got pretty decent at casting. Started tying when I was in college, and enjoyed doing that. Learned that method. It wasn't until like the 90s. I got out of college in the end of the 80s, late mid to early late 80s. If that makes any sense. And it wasn't until the early 90s when I started the muskie adventure and really got just hungry and researched everything I could and did what I could do and traveled to try to catch these mythical beasts that exist out there, and found out, you know what, they're not as uncommon as I thought. It's a doable thing. You just gotta, kind of figure out where they actually are so you can go pursue them. And then when you're in a lake that has them, they're in there. You work at it, you'll get them, which is really cool. A lot of fun. It's not a if you want to catch a bluegill, you can go to a lake and you can catch a bluegill. If you want to catch a bass, you can go to a lake and you can catch a bass. Not that you can't get skunk bass fishing, but you're probably going to catch your first trip or two. You're going to catch a bass, and you might catch a nice one. Muskie fishing, you might have to go a few times. You might have to study up. You might go with a guide the first time. That's what I did, and actually caught one my first time going. But I went with a guide, learned some spots, learned some techniques, learned about the equipment and the baits and stuff, and it was money well spent. And then I went and we went to Canada and fished with no guide and caught muskies, and we figured out some stuff, and I don't know, I feel like I'm all right at that too. We managed to find some, and I don't know, that's still in my blood. The trout and the muskies are still in my blood. I like catching bass. We do plenty of that. Love catching big bluegills. Ice fishing was a newer thing for me. I got into that pretty late, and my hair was this color when I started really ice fishing. But when you go through those stages of just doing it, just figuring out whether you like it or not, to man, I like this, and I'm hungry, and then you start trying to be a good fisherman, trying to catch fish, and then you start being like, man, I really like this kind of fish. I want to learn how to do that one. And then you're like, God, I kind of got this figured out, but man, that would be cool. And that process takes you down different roads or whatever, if you're dedicated to it. If you're a guy that loves to hunt and you fish a little bit and that's all you want to do, it's just kind of fun in between hunts, that's fine. Let's do that. You don't have to take these paths. But if you do get into it, after you kind of get accomplished at something, you either stay there and you just want more and want bigger and want, I don't feel that compulsion to, man, go bigger. That's a certain stage. First you want to catch fish, then you want to catch a lot of fish, then you want to catch big fish. And some people get here and stay here. Some people get here and stay here. Some people get here and stay here. Maybe, I don't know, you get to a point where you're like, I'm pretty comfortable. I love fishing. It's fun to do, but you know what? Maybe we'll share it with some people. Maybe we'll try to teach a little bit. And that's another stage, another level. They're different paths. It's a tree with branches, and you just take this branch, this branch, whatever. I'm at that stage where it's fun to get new people into it, to get them to understand what it is that I like and why, and then do it. So that's what we're doing. That's one of the things we're doing with this YouTube channel. I like making the movies. I like that people are watching them. I had a period where I didn't have a lot I felt I wanted to say, but I don't know. I was having a conversation with somebody, and we were talking about getting into fishing and different levels or stages of fishing, and I don't. I thought, you know what, some people might want to know. So that's what we're doing. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and get out there.